Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again, and today we have in front of us from Marvel Legends, from the MCU Disney Plus series, Moon Knight. And I'm very happy to finally have this figure because I didn't pre-order back in the day. I got the rest of the wave. You can find the reviews of the on the channel. It's all the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave. But as this guy is the one which did not come with a Build-A-Figure part, I skipped it. But funnily, it was the actual single figure that I wanted the most. I mean, in my opinion, is the best looking of the wave, next to She-Hulk. I really like the Infinity Ultron itself, and Lady Hawkeye, you know, Kate Bishop. Anyway, there you have very cool artwork. I really like it. Concept art, I guess. Here you have more cool artwork of Moon Knight, leaping or whatever. You can see the rest of the figures of the wave. And by the way, if you're watching, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of that good stuff. You know, I am thankful in advance. And here you have the little bio of Moon Knight. You can pause it now and read it. Again, cool artwork. This is the typical Marvel Legends packaging, legal stuff. Actually, this one looks really nice in the box. I like the box is all like dark and all of that. Let's take this guy out of the box and see how good he actually is. And there we have our Marvel Legends MCU Moon Knight figure out of the packaging and looking great. This is all the other things he comes with. These two couple of fists with horizontal swivels. And you can see he's already holding his two moonerangs, or whatever these are called, his two kind of moon blades, which can combine into one. Now let's bring in Mr. Knight just for some little comparison. Here you can see Mr. Knight. It's cast in white plastic, and this Moon Knight is like the regular one, is cast in a kind of grayish. It's a bit more in the gray scale, with some actual gray paint in some places, as well as the inscriptions there and some gold across his suit. You can see all the detail there. It has a lot of potential for a wash, I would say, and I might do that after this review. I mean, not today, but the upcoming days. I think this figure can really benefit from a wash. I'm gonna think about what color would be best, if more like gray or a straight white wash, black paint wash, or something like light brown. I don't know, but I still have to think about it. But I think it would benefit from that, because it does have a lot of texture, all the bandages there. This sculpt is there, but it's again, it just needs to be brought to life. And I really like the figure. I remember when they first announced, as almost everybody else, I was like, wow. Moon Knight's been always a design I always liked, and I missed on the Walgreens exclusive classic Moon Knight from the comics, and I was really like, man, because there was a lot of times it was like for 22 euros or something, and I'll buy it later sometime. It wasn't available anymore, and now it's super expensive. Anyway, here we have this guy, and the lack of butterfly joints, that's, I don't know why they decided not to give him any. Of course, maybe to keep the sculpt a bit intact. But actually, there's all the place there to integrate like butterfly joints. It's just, I don't know what was the actual decision there. Let's show these like moon blades, moonerangs, whatever these are called. This is the front. The back has like a tab here, like a peg, I forgot the word for that. And they are cast just in this like champagne kind of gold plastic. It has some inscriptions there, and this is the other half, and you just put them together by putting them together. Just like that, and it becomes a very thick piece of plastic. He can still, if I'm right, wield it in one hand. Yes. So it's not like the end of the world. And as you can see, this hand has both hands he comes equipped with in the box have a vertical swivel. These are the two batons that came with the Mr. Knight figure, and well, now the hand is all stretched actually. I mean, I guess this would look nice if he would be able to hold it. I would have to heat those hands maybe to, yeah. I think that would be a nice look, but at the moment, because it just has these colors that perfectly match with part of his paint scheme, and that's what the figure looks like with the fists on. I actually like that. Now, well, as you already saw, I mean, we already saw a bit like the aesthetics. The cape, you can remove it. Is held there with a peg, and of course you would have to remove the head, and then you just pull the cape, and then that's just the way to do it. And now, articulation wise, the head is on a dumbbell joint. Neck to the head has double ball peg. It has a lot of wiggly waggly. The head is glued on the hood, so of course that will get a bit on the way. You don't have really much looking up with this guy. You have some looking down, that you do have. And of course the plastic of the cape also gets in the way. Maybe surely if you take this cape off and give him like a soft goods cape, you will get some range if you change the plastic cape for a soft goods one. Anyway, but he can look all the way around, of course, and the movement is there. Again, you just need the clearance. That's what is holding him back here. But I'm fine with this for now. The arms can go up to 90 degrees, so he can do the T-pose. He can turn the arms also all the way around, but the cape actually doesn't get in the way for that. Just a little bit. I mean, it moves around, it shuffles a little bit. This is the thing I'm very unhappy with this figure. This is a disgrace. Look at that. I mean, the cape is actually helping it not looking that terrible. But if I put my finger back there, just check how they made that cut. I mean, they just made a horrible flat cut for the bicep articulation. No, I mean, just look how that breaks the sculpt. So that's bad. I mean, the figure is super good looking, and they did that for the arms. I mean, they just destroyed all the work they did otherwise. I mean, that's just misfortune. They should have shaped and give it a rounded thing, as if they didn't have enough texture to hide that cut somehow. I mean, I'm not a professional sculptor or anything like that, but I mean, I'm sure there's no way to make this worse, and there's only ways to make this better. I think that's my opinion, but I mean, this is one of the ugliest bicep cut I've seen since I started reviewing. And I really like the figure otherwise and the character, so that's a bit of a shame. Look at that. I mean, a great double jointed elbow. That's amazing. No butterfly again. That's sad also. I mean, this could have benefit from that, because sometimes you don't need the butterfly joint. I mean, he can hit forward, and sometimes you have the butterfly joint. A lot of times, I mean, in my reviews you have seen that already a lot of times, that there's a butterfly joint, but it only helps going back, but nothing for the front. So that's not the end of the world. The bad thing is how they made this cut for the bicep. And the fists can go all the way around and go in and out. The other hands, the holding hands, they have vertical swivel, which is great. He can bend backwards that far with the diaphragm, and he can bend forwards that far. So he has a decent diaphragm, but he would have needed maybe an up. I mean, again, here you had the perfect. They like doing the ab crunch, and here you have the perfect sculpt to put an ab crunch, and they didn't use that, which otherwise they do all the time. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if there's a waist cut. Let me just check that. It seems like no, it's just a cut for the sculpt, but it's there's no waist articulation there. It's just a continuous thing, you know. The legs can, I mean, and you can of course get your turn in there. You can go, I guess, I mean, I can go all the way around and nothing is being stressed in this, at least this copy of the figure. You have that much splits, so it's okay. He can kick a bit over 90. I mean, Moon Knight, I guess, should be able to do the full splits, but it's still better than that Captain America, you know, the one we love. I mean, the figure is great, but he's, at least in my copy, that Captain America has a terrible range. You have a thigh cut there, double jointed knees that can go all the way back, so he can tip his own butt. No boot cut. The feet can go backwards that far and they can go forward that far. I mean, he has range on the feet, that's definitely good. And he has an ankle rocker, not the best angle ever, but it's there. It's a good ankle rocker actually. For size comparisons, there you have your MCU, Disney Plus, Moon Knight, next to a couple of Cobra Vipers and a couple of Crimson Bats from the G.I. Joe classified line. Next to the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure he did not contribute building, and the Kate Bishop figure from the same wave. And next to the comic book Moon Knight from the Vulture Build-A-Wing set wave, and Mr. Knight as well as Wing Wyver, because it was just standing around. And yeah, that's it for this review. I really like this figure. The only thing I really don't like is that bicep cut, that flat, horrible, not even, just look at this. Here you have it. You have I mean, this is a comic book figure, yeah, but it has a bit of a roundness, and it's not the best example. Even Mr. Knight with his wonky thin arms there has a rounded cut for the bicep. Here we have a couple of, well, one of the Cobra Vipers. You can see that bicep cut is rounded. And if I keep bringing figures, the Cobra Bats, they have a flat thing, but hey, those are robots, so that's excusable. Otherwise, almost every figure I have here next to me, which has a bicep cut, has a rounded thing. You know, it's not like a flat horrible cut there that breaks all the sculpt terribly. I don't know why they decided to do it like that, but that's the largest minus of this figure, if not maybe the only. I mean, butterfly joints maybe would have been the other thing, and this could have perfectly have their like a perfectly in sculpt ab crunch. The other thing would have been like if they had given him a ball joint for the waist, which so many other figures from Hasbro already have. Anyway, again, otherwise a really cool figure. I really like it, except those biceps, and I can recommend it if you can stand looking at this bicep cut. Anyway, otherwise a great one. Please leave a like, share and subscribe. Again, that helps me a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao, ciao, ciao.